All right, here we go. Watch this video for Friday, March 15th. The SPY, very narrow range today, just kind of an inside day, nothing really to talk about there. So I'm going to go right into the video. RTTR, nice little breakout today on strong volume. I don't know if it's going to continue make a move at this 200 day or not, but if I get a low risk intraday setup, we might get a continuation day, so we'll be watching that one. SNSS broke out of this flag. Again, nice volume. Looking for a continuation there too. Sometimes when you're looking at these stocks that have already made a nice move, you always feel like chasing, like you're chasing by watching it. But again, we'll only take these if they give a proper intraday setup. And sometimes strong stocks just stay strong the next day. So it's worth having them on watch. DCAR, you guys know I had to leave about 2 today. I had an appointment in the afternoon. I hope some of you caught this. It's been on our radar lately and had this huge move at the end of the day. I'm going to have it on the watch list, but again, that's another one that feels a little bit extended, but maybe it has a follow-through day tomorrow. AKTX, I feel a little weird having this on watch because of this. It's hard to know what to do when you have this massive day, then you have a gap up, then you have this massive red day, and after 2 sessions, it's pretty close to where it was after the first session, right? So a lot of people still green, a lot of people red. It's hard to know who's winning here, but because it's it's so in play, so to speak, I do want to watch it. One word of caution: these stocks that are getting, and I talk about this a lot in chat, these stocks that are getting 50, 60, 70 million in a day, what you'd call it, the stock of the day, the algos are chewing people alive. Longs and shorts are getting eaten up. Which brings us to ATOS. I see that in the afternoon, this thing actually ripped. But what I want to show is as it was doing this, every little tick down, shorts jump in. Every little tick up, longs jump in. Every little tick down. You can see how many times people got burned. I gave this one shot today through the half right here, looking for a high of day break and a squeeze. I took it through the half, had some slippage. I still used a limit order, but I gave it some wiggle room for my fill. Had some slippage on my fill and had to sell out for a quick, I think 30-cent loss in a couple minutes. And again, I've been telling people, these ones that are this kind of volume, the algos are chopping them up. I still thought it was worth a shot. Seller at the half, high of day above. Pre-market highs slightly above that. You had stacked catalyst. But the problem was, this is algo driven by this time. You can see, the opening 5 minutes, well over 5 million shares. Now you're over 8 million in 10 minutes. By the time this triggered, I'm sure it was close to 15 million shares traded. And it was nasty. So again, there's never a time as a trader where you're not learning. Sometimes this setup is working. Sometimes this setup is working. Sometimes morning gap plays aren't setting up at all, so you don't get involved. Sometimes they're setting up and failing. You have to always be in tune with what's going on in the market. And I've been saying for a few weeks now, these stock du jour, right? The ones getting the massive volume, the low floaters, they're almost untradeable. All right. And so after losing on this ATOS today, I'm going to leave the stock du jour, assuming there is one. There usually is almost every day. I'm going to leave them alone. All right. I did say if this thing gets near the high of day in the final half hour, it might rip. Now look what happens. Look what happens. Okay, boom. You have like, I don't know, 20 million shares traded or whatever, maybe more, and then it does this. So most people would think, okay, shorts are winning, right? It's going to fill the gap, whatever. And look at this. By the end of the day, it comes right back up. We saw that in AKTX yesterday, and then rips. And then rips again into the close. Again, I wasn't there for any of this, but it is, again, so many people got burned on this. I'm sure some people made some money. This looks kind of interesting after this big move, this push through 6 maybe. I don't know. Again, I wasn't there, but closed strong. I am going to have this on a chart, but I don't think I'm going to mess with it. You know what? Yeah, I'll have it on a chart, but you got to be careful with the stock du jour, okay? That's the best way I can put it. ACHV. There's nothing interesting here, except that in after hours, I see it's trading at 415. The high back here of this gap up day was 454. And by the way, that was one of those massive volume traders. Certainly one to watch tomorrow, but we'll probably end up in that same scenario with massive volume. I'm assuming it had news in after hours and, it's going to gap up. But maybe we get a low risk setup. I doubt it. LPTX. This one had this nice volume day right here, and now you got a couple days lower. It had a pretty nice move from here to here, and a couple days lower on declining volume. I'm going to watch that one. NTRA. After this big breakout here on big volume, quiet inside day. And watch that one. ZN, nice move here from, I'll give you some numbers here, from like 57 cents to, over the course of a couple days, to $1.20. So I mean, you basically have a double in a few days, and now it's come back down on declining volume. So this one might be ready to turn back up, especially if oil makes any kind of move. We'll see. CNAT, C-N-A-T, looks like it hit the $3 area a couple days in a row here. 301 today, 302 yesterday. So certainly if we push through 3 tomorrow on volume, I'll probably give that a shot. INFI, nice pop today. Crazy range. It went down to $1.37 and up to $1.95, but closed strong, so I want to watch that one. PULM had a nice big volume day here. That went from $1.33 to $2.33 again. That's a nice move, and then it's kind of chopping sideways, starting to curl back up. A little extra volume today, potential long tomorrow. And then lastly, I've got ACB, which had this big breakout on big volume yesterday. Today, kind of a quiet inside day. We'll keep our eyes on that one too. You know, be careful out there. I had a really nice trade today, and I know some other people had another really nice trade in that MLNT as well. I'll show that real quick. I didn't take this because I was getting close to time where I had to leave, but I gave a Tokyo idea in MLNT when it was at 588 right here. This was already on the gap playlist. It gapped up, sold off, and then was coming in. I called it Tokyo right there, and it really ripped for about 10 minutes. Saw some people in chat celebrating again. I did not take that, but I'm happy for anybody who did. And you know what? I don't have this on the watch list, but maybe we should. It closed about where it opened, which is bothersome because it's so far off its highs. But anyway, I may have that on a chart somewhere tomorrow. I'm done babbling. We'll see y'all in chat tomorrow.